mean, my whole world is around now acquiring talent as well as developing talent. And when we have this many picks this high, it gives us an opportunity to acquire more talent than other teams have an opportunity to acquire. And then, it's a challenge for our coaches to, get them to be better than they came in and hopefully get up here, and play. So yes, it's very important.
What's your perspective on the talent base that these draftees will be joining right now? Kind of your take on the state of the farm system.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of our talent here, in the big leagues that we had for the last few years, and we've had some trades, and we have some players that are working their way up. I think there are some that, are lesser known than maybe some in the past, but we know that we want to constantly improve, and we're hoping that through last year's draft and this year's draft, we'll continue to improve as a farm system.
Matt, with all the technology and data in the game now, how different is picking draft picks than even 2, 3, 5 years ago?
It's definitely changed, from when I was an area scout. As a decision maker, as a forecaster, the more information that's viable or usable that you can get and make sense of and try to sort of systematically include in your process, the better. And then, you weigh that with all the other stuff that you've done in the past, and hopefully you can incrementally improve your decision-making process. And I think that's something that we've done very well here, and something that, SIG is an excellent or an expert at. And that's something we're going to keep pushing, is the more things we can find to help us improve our process, we'll keep incorporating those things.
You guys have 3 picks in the 30s. That's a range that this organization has had a lot of success in. Does that give you confidence that you guys can maybe get another great player with a couple of those picks?
We absolutely want to. There's going to be some good options there, and we're going to be excited about the players that we get there. It's better than picking in the 50s or the 60s or the 70s, so I'll take it. 3 picks there is very exciting for our entire group, and I think it's a great opportunity for the organization.
That was such a large pull dollar-wise. Would you be surprised if 2 days go by and the Orioles haven't taken some potentially challenging, signable players?
We'll see. I think that what it allows us to do is be dynamic. I think we're going to be able to make some decisions that other teams aren't going to have the opportunity to make. And I think that based on how the draft comes to us, we are picking a little bit later at 19, and then down below that, we'll have to see sort of what happens, but we're going to have the ability to make some decisions, that other teams aren't, and that's exciting.
Do you feel that there is a pressure on you, or there is a need for you to select a pitcher with one of those first 4 selections?
I personally don't. I think that my job is to pick the best player that we can possibly pick, and we have pitchers on the board, we have position players on the board, and ultimately we're going to be graded on the major league value that we draft, and so our job is to do the best we can at drafting major league value. And if that happens to be a position player, then it is. If it happens to be a pitcher, then it is. So I personally feel pressure to get major league value.
Do you think there's a higher possibility, though, that you could take a pitcher with one of those 4 picks? Maybe not because of any change of strategy, but simply by the fact that you do have 4 picks in that range. Do you think there's a higher probability that you could take a pitcher earlier than in past years?
We have more picks, so more chances. So yes, if you're doing the math that way. I think that we're going to continue to follow our strategy of finding the best bet we can. And when you have 4 picks, that's 4 chances versus 1. So yeah.
Mike has talked a lot about kind of a holistic reevaluation of everything that's happened here, given how the season started. How has that affected your space, if at all?
It's something we're always doing. We always want to look and see how we can improve things, and whether that's process or people. We're always looking to try to make things better. I welcome it. Mike and I have those conversations all the time, and I don't feel like it's threatening at all. I think it helps us. I mean, we're competing with 29 other teams, and they all want to win. So this is this very competitive world. And if you're not trying to improve, if you're not looking at yourself in the mirror, then you're probably going to be getting beat by the teams that are. So I think it's very healthy, and like I said, I welcome it.